This was up at a burger joint in town. A nice interesting display to show you what it means when you ask for medium rare. What a clever way to let me know how my future poo will look like. Different shades of light. You know, this is something I never really noticed until I actually got a light that could change through these different settings. Never realized how much I appreciated warm white until now. It's amazing how light can change the energy of your room from intimate and cozy to hospital. United States elevation map. Damn, you couldn't have chosen any other color to make it not look like mold? Wait, what if mountains, especially volcanoes, what if they're just really crusty pimples of the earth? Dear God, it explains so much why girlfriends love hiking up them. And now for animals with misleading names. Electric eel, not an eel. Mountain goat, not a goat. Maned wolf, not a wolf. King cobra, not a cobra. Also, snakes are typically self-governing. Peacock mantis shrimp, not a peacock, not a mantis. Also, not a shrimp. Horny toad, not a toad. Also, only thinks of you as a friend. Mayfly, active through the spring and summer, and definitely flies. Eastern kingbird, found in the west. Many birds do not recognize its authority. From the New England Aquarium, a language lesson from your friendly neighborhood aquarium. This is a fish. A lot of them is a fish. A lot of different ones is fishes.
Finally, the English making the sense.
So, fun fact, also not too surprising, Amazon is at war with everyone. And to be honest, there's a lot of them here that I didn't realize were actually competing with these companies. I didn't realize Scribd was like on level with competing with Audible. It was a good service. They had a lot of PDFs that legally shouldn't be on there, but don't tell anyone. Just an easy guide for those of you planning to pack on a long trip of earth pimple popping. Essentially, have all the heavy stuff as close to your center of mass as possible and get that sleeping bag right to the bottom as a cushy little bottom base. Give that bag a juicy booty, you know? Do you want your cake to taste like it came from a bakery? Follow these steps. 1. Read the directions on the cake mix. Well, yeah. I feel that one's pretty obvious. Hey, do you want to be good at drawing art? Step 1. Do it right. 2. Add 1 more egg, or 2 for an even richer cake. 3. Replace the oil with melted butter and double the amount. 4. Replace the water with an equal amount of milk. And 5. Mix and bake according to package directions. Then congrats, you've baked a cake that ended up costing just as much as if you just bought it from the bakery in the first place. Epicurean paradox. Oh jeez, okay, here we go. Strap in. Evil exists. Yes. Can God prevent evil? No. Then God is not all-powerful. Yes. Does God know about all the evil? Well, no. Then God is not all-knowing. No, yes. Does God want to prevent evil? No. Then God is not good, God is not loving. I said yes. Then why is there evil? To test us. Well, if God is all-knowing, he would know what we would do if we were tested, therefore no need to test us. That's because of Satan. It's his fault. An all-powerful, all-knowing, all-good God could and would destroy Satan. Well, it is necessary for the universe to exist, or another reason. Well, could God have created a universe without these? No. Then God is not all-powerful. Yes. Then why didn't he? To test, If God is all-knowing, it's free will. Could God have created a universe with free will but without evil? No. Then God is not all... Yes, yes. Then why didn't... Oh my God. Copper through the patina process. Unexposed. But just like your high school years, the first half you're feeling really disgusting. You look disgusting. Kinda gross. But in the latter half you flourish into looking just a little bit less gross. You still are. Look at that shade of green you decided to be. Why? Why would you choose that color on you? It's disgusting. Things have changed since you went to college. Just a casual comparison from 1980 to 2016. So these figures are literally 7 years old already. New York University annually was just $5,000. In just under 40 years, it's almost 10 times that. Minimum wage back then was only $3.10 compared to $7.25 today. Required hours to pay that tuition was $1,600 back in the day. Now it's $6,700. What would take you 40 weeks to pay it off now takes 169. Nice. What tuition would need to be to work the same number of hours at today's minimum wage? $11,000. You're paying more than 4 times more than you actually should. What minimum wage would need to be to work the same number of hours for today's tuition? Yeah, good luck with that, America.
How to survive a plunge from a waterfall. Step 1, take a deep breath right before you go over the edge. Step 2, position yourself so you go down feet first. Step 3, wrap your arms over your head and press your nose into your elbow to help seal it from water. Step 4, do the latest TikTok dance trend. Otherwise, tense your muscles and press your legs and feet together. 5, tightly close your eyes and mouth. 6, swim away from the falls immediately, even before breaking the surface. We hope you appreciate this life lesson. It took a lot of trial and tribulation figuring out these steps. We lost a lot of men.
Hi, I'm your local opossum. I'm nature's pest control and cleanup crew. I'm naturally immune to rabies. Just one of me eats up to 5,000 ticks per year. I can't catch or carry Lyme disease. I also eat insects, spiders, small rodents, and dead stuff. If you see me, kindly ignore me. I mean you no harm.
I don't know. That's what they always say before they pull out a knife. A restaurant guide for how you want your steak cooked. This one's a bit more fancy because they don't have pictures showing what your poo will look like in the future. Real proportions of all land masses revealing actual areas of countries, territories, and major islands without any distortion. By Art.Lebedev. Wow. What's your mum doing at the top there? Okay, look, I'm going to be biased. I don't care. But Australia? Damn if that country don't look aesthetic. Not these other countries that look like weird scraggly drawings by a child attempting to draw a circle freehand. Australia the best, #1. Don't ask us about our detention centers. How gerrymandering works, aka how to steal an election. Yes, apparently this is legal? 50 precincts might vote 60% blue, 40% red. Split them up evenly like this. Oh, blue wins. Oh, no, sorry, red wins. Thing is, you do want to understand that not every town and city or province is exactly a square shape. But either way, it's still far too easy to manipulate. Hidden rules among classes. Money. In poverty to be spent. In middle to be managed. In wealthy to be invested. Personality. Poverty, its sense of humor. Oh, don't attack me like that. In middle, it's achievement. And in wealthy, your personality is your connections. So basically, if you have rich friends, they don't care about you, just what you can do for them. Social emphasis. Povos are inclusion, middle class are self-sufficiency, and the wealthy emphasize exclusion. Not surprising there either. Food. Quantity, then quality, then presentation. Which is something a Nutella and tomato sauce sandwich absolutely exceeds in all three of. When you're poor, time is in the moment. When you're middle, it's against the future. And when you're wealthy, it's in tradition. I don't get that. The rule of education is abstract, then purely for success and money, then purely for maintaining connections. Yeah, look, hopefully you get the idea of this. Just pause the video if you're curious about the others. Moving on. Which waters to avoid by region. Regional names for Nestle water in the USA. Nice. A snappy guide for living with dementia. 1. Agree. Never argue. 2. Divert. Never reason. 3. Distract. Never shame. 4. Reassure. Never lecture. 5. Reminisce. Never say, remember. 6. Repeat. Never say, I told you. 7. Do what they can do. Never say, you can't. 8. Ask. Never demand. 9. Encourage. Never condescend. And 10. Reinforce. Never force. It really freaks them out when you can push people away with your mind. Useful in times like this. A guide to remind you on how much unconfident you should be in your opinions and opinions of others. You know, this might be ironically confident of me to say this, but this effect has been debunked. Some mathematicians proved that you can easily recreate this using some computer mathematician algorithm, some random stuff. Essentially, it proved that this can be recreated with numbers and not at all with human, psychological influence. I am really abridging that, so just take it with a grain of salt. While yes, it did prove that humans do think they are better than average, that's all it proved. Your confidence in an area doesn't make you more likely to be stupid in it. It's just evidential that those with more expertise in an area, such as your butt, are less likely to make a wild guess on the topic, such as, oh, it doesn't smell. Units of measurement. Wow! Look how easier it is compared to America. If someone could be a deer and use their knowledge to explain why America has it all set up like this, not because we actually think it's valid, do we just want to laugh at the stupid absurdity? What information are you driving around? Let me introduce you to our children, and because they're involved in extracurricular activities, we'll be gone most evenings and or weekends for practices or games. Ooh, big motorbike. We like expensive toys that you can probably find in our garage. Cute little doggo. Oh, we have a small breed dog that answers to the name Max. You won't be a problem for you when you break in. Baby on board! As if these stickers ever made anyone drive carefully around you. We'll have our hands full and be distracted when we get where we're going, making us an easy target. Long story short, having stickers on your car makes everyone around you a Sherlock Holmes enthusiast. Looney Tunes Guide to Dictate All Interactions Between Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, developed by Chuck Jones and his team. Wow, it's like the New Testament, but for a cartoon.
Rule 1. The Roadrunner cannot harm the coyote except by going beep beep. Rule 2. No outside force can harm the coyote. Only his own ineptitude or the failure of the Acme products. Rule number 3. The coyote could stop any time if he were not a fanatic. Repeat, a fanatic is one who redoubles his effort when he has forgotten his aim. George Santayana. Rule number 4. No dialogue ever except beep beep. Rule number 5. The Roadrunner must stay on the road. Otherwise, logically, he would not be called Roadrunner. Rule number 6. All action must be confined to the natural environment of the two characters, the Southwest American desert. Rule number 7. All materials, tools, weapons, or mechanical conveniences must be obtained from the Acme Corporation. Rule number 8. When possible, make gravity the coyote's greatest enemy. Rule number 9. The coyote is always more humiliated than harmed by his failures.
Look, it is absurd to read a Bible for a cartoon show, but not as crazy as the Pepsi universe. Things to say during the Super Bowl to make it seem like you understand football. Phrase. They gotta establish their running game. When to say it. When your team has the ball. Roger Goodell is ruining the league. Say this anytime. Come on, ref, let him play. During yellow flag. There's a lot of game left. Say this anytime. You had one job. Say this when other people seem upset.
Ring ring. Hello, John. It's been a while.
Hello?
I just need someone like you to talk to.
Okay.
My boyfriend broke up with me and I've been so upset.
You are?
I was thinking about what you confessed to me the other day and I...
There, Samantha, you had one job.
Protesting safely. What to wear. Nondescript colored layered clothing cover identifying tattoos. Goggles and mask. Emergency contacts written down. Tie your hair up. Wear heat-resistant gloves. What to bring. Snacks. Water for drinking and tear gas. Cash and change and ID. Washcloth. Earplugs. Protest signs. Band-aids and first aid supplies. What not to bring. Cell phone without first turning off face or touch ID, going on airplane mode, and disabling data. Don't bring jewelry. Anything you don't want to be arrested with. Or contact lenses. I like how 90% of what to wear is usually what a lot of people wear when it's very cold outside. Oh, what are you doing up here in the mountains? There's no protest happening here. What to say to kids instead of be careful. Help your child foster awareness by saying, notice how. Do you see? Try moving. Try using your. Can you hear? Do you feel? Are you feeling? Also help your child problem solve by saying, what's your plan? What can you use? Where will you? How will you? Or who will blah blah blah. It's amazing how much you can easily improve the cognitive abilities of a child just by applying this sort of questioning to them instead of just, stop that! Be careful! You're doing it wrong! The amount of snow it takes to cancel school. Ah, look how triggered the South is. They see a bunch of white fluff on the ground and they shriek in fear. Considering their Northern Hemisphere, I'm sure it actually genuinely is a big deal, but I'm still gonna mock them for it. Different ocean/sea stuff explained. Explained with what? Dog diarrhea? What's with the consistency? That is so cool how it's laid out like puzzle pieces though. I want to visit an isthmus and then push my sister off to one of the sides. I learned how to whistle from this in less than 5 minutes. Alright, challenge accepted. Give me 5 minutes, folks. We're gonna see if I can do this. We got figure 1 here. Figure 2 is the POV of every girl being kissed by the guy they don't like. Figure 3 is that woman jabbing her fingers into his mouth and hoping he'll like gag and recoil. And figure 4 is the woman screaming a melodic tune in fear, noticing that the man's bitten down on her fingers. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Let's see how I went. Here we go.
What's going on?
No, shut up, no, stop talking! How to prevent an anxiety attack. According to your parents, just be happy. Breathe deeply in through your nose and out through your mouth. Oh, nailed it. Slowly look around you and find
5 things you can see.
water bottle, laptop, phone, skin-colored human-sized Teletubby, microphone,
4 things you can touch.
my wall, the floor, the door handle, which for some reason the lock won't undo, and I'm stuck. I can't get out.
3 things you can hear.
The thumping of my hands, banging against the door, the scream from my vocal cords, the sporadic loosening of my bowels.
2 things you can smell, or 2 smells you like.
It's breath. It's breath. It's breath. It's breath. It's breath. It's breath. One emotion you feel.
Tinky Winky feels hungry.
This is called grounding. It can help when you feel like you've gone too far in your head and lost all control of your surroundings. When me and the girls go clubbing, we have a hand sign system. Thumbs up, I like this person, I'm okay. Radical, unsure, don't leave me alone. Crossed fingers, be subtle, but get me away from this person. Devil horns, get me away from this person ASAP. And on the weird chance they're an MK narrator, call security, get me out of here. Works for us in loud bars. Mattress dimensions and bed sizes. Man, I was already bewildered by the existence of a California king. There's 2 others after that? Healthy habits daily countdown. 9,000 steps, 8 hours of sleep, 7 glasses of water, 6 minutes of meditation. I thought it said medication. How many pills can you? 5 servings of fruit and veggies, 4 breaks stretching and mental, 3 meals and 3 healthy snacks, 2 hours of no phone before bed, and 1 session of exercise. I'm certainly not on my phone before bed, I'm on my laptop. That's totally different. A healthy snack. Palm oil, skim milk powder, cocoa, hazelnuts, and sugar. Almost 50% sugar. Daily reminder, there's no such thing as unhealthy food, just how much of it you have. What to do when your car is stranded in the snow. 1. Put on all the clothes you have available in order to trap and conserve body heat. Unless you look like me, then you're hot enough already. 2. Turn the car's heater on intermittently for about 10 minutes once an hour to gain warmth while preserving fuel. 3. Make the car more visible by clearing snow from the hood and tying something colorful to the antenna. 4. Pile the snow around the car to help insulate it. Obviously leave one door clear so you can still get out. Could you imagine piling it all up and realizing you can't get in? 5. Periodically move around inside the car to keep blood flowing and stay warm. 6. Build a signal fire on top of your spare tire with paper and wood until the fire itself ignites to make a thick column of black smoke. Because when the environment's trying to kill you, you kill it back. How to email like a boss. In other words, professional passive aggression. I took a while, but you can deal with it. Don't say sorry. Say thanks for your patience. My schedule matters too. What works best for you? No. Don't give them power. Give them ultimatum. Could you do this time? Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry. Always happy to help. Add an extra exclamation point to make it really passive. I know what I'm doing. It'd be best if we... Wording this is hard. Rewriting email for 40 minutes. Oh, look, it's me recording EmKay sometimes. It'd be easier to discuss in person. There's my solution. I'll just go to each and every one of your houses and just scream at you for 20 minutes. Do you get it? Let me know if you have questions. Where the heck are we on this? When can I expect an update? I made a small error.
3, my bad. Totally missed that.
No. Nice catch. Updated file attached. Thanks for letting me know. I swear, it's essentially social manipulation 101. You're tricking people into making them feel like they're better than they are to you. How paint can change a room. Oh, wow. What? Wow. That blows my mind, actually. That's really cool. What I'm now curious about is what if you made the ground floor darker? What would happen then? Am I dividing by 0 in the interior design world? States with smaller population than Los Angeles County. Oh, wow. I know many people say California can pretty much be its own country, but I didn't realize it was that insane. How much musicians make from streams? YouTube. Nice. Equality. The assumption is that everyone benefits from the same supports. This is equal treatment. Equity. Everyone gets the support they need. This is the concept of affirmative action, thus producing equity. Justice. All 3 can see the game without supports or accommodation because the cause of the inequity was addressed. The systemic barrier has been removed. Now, to be fair, that fence wiring is obstructing the view for the child, so therefore, you failed. Yep. How dare you try and make things better? How to survive a bear attack. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back.
Hello, police.
Whoa.
They're harassing me.
Come on.
They're harassing me.
I'm getting out of here. A bog or mire is a wetland that is acidic. A fen is a wetland that is alkaline. A swamp is a wetland whose dominant vegetation is trees and woody plants. A marsh is a wetland with other forms of vegetation dominant. This has been another daily dose of information you'll forget by the end of this video. The crusty monks invented a numbering system in the 13th century, which meant that any number from 1 to 9,999 999 could be written using a single symbol. Wow, what a time to live in where the conception of 10,000 wouldn't be, it's like too large or an obscene of a number to even consider putting on record. Tally marks from around the world? Wait, there's different versions? Why? Just stick to our one. It's fine. What the hell is Asia doing? You're trying to play hangman. People wrongly believe that a 40% marginal tax means you will pay a total of 40K in tax, based on an example of earning 100K. But this is the reality. You actually pay 0% in tax on the first 12.5K you earn. Then, you pay 20% in tax on the next 37.5K that you earn. Finally, you pay 40% in tax on the last 50K you earn. So then you add those percentages based on those little brackets, and in total you pay 27.5K in tax. A wonderfully lower amount to the 40K most people seem to assume. Time for another fact you'll forget about: how to tell a bald eagle's age. Half year, 1.5 years, 2.5 years, 3.5 years, 4.5 years, and what I argue we should call adulthood from now on, definitive plumage. Oh wait, a list of geography terms. Let's slightly zoom into this image and scan through the environment. Yay! I can't be bothered reading all of these, but hopefully you can see them visually if you're actually watching this video and not just folding laundry in the other room while this is playing out loud. Hey, get back to this video! Don't walk away! Oh, but look, there's an isthmus. I can push my sister off there. Map of the US states that pay more tax than what they receive from the government, courtesy of CGP Grey. Oh, look at that. It's all the states that seem to argue they should be independent. I think you can all vote that Florida should get that. 17 Equations That Changed the World by Ian Stewart. Thanks for that, Ian Stewart. Unfortunately, this is probably going to be the least viewed part of this video, so we'll just move on. The Joker! His various displays throughout media. Man, I never knew that The Dark Knight Returns and The Killing Joke was all before the 90s. I thought they were like late 90s, early 2000s at least. It's nice to know that in 2018, even the Joker had a weeboo phase. And as typical when becoming a weeboo, just a year later he becomes the incel we all love. Biodiversity in the garden. If you want diversity, have a diverse garden. That's kind of the obvious point. See, the biggest problem here is that I'm all for diversity in my garden with bugs and things, but also I can't be bothered with maintenance, so I'm gonna go for the lower option. I know, I'm one of those people, but I can't be bothered mowing the lawn. This library hung a Dewey Decimal Reference sign for everything you want to know but don't really want to ask. Tough topics for everything you want to know but don't really want to ask. Damn, that's really informative. As librarians, we're not here to judge, we're here to help. Raven, travel in pairs. Habitat is wild, 30-year lifespan. Gronk gronk, wedge-shaped tail, bigger and curved bill, extremely intelligent. The crow, travels in groups. Habitat is open, 8-year lifespan. Caw caw, fan-shaped tail, smaller and flat bill, extremely intelligent. Damn, the crow's got basically the same stats but less lifespan. That sucks. God, that's unfair, man. Come on. Types of Asian architecture: China, Taiwan, Thailand, Philippines, Japan, Korea. Wow, these 6 countries, all with their diverse history. Or if the CCP is watching, wow, these 5 countries and their diverse history.
Elevation in the United States. Holy Lord, I live right at the foot of that giant-ass beginning of the mountain range right there. Because Colorado Springs is at the actual foot of Pikes Peak, which is like, what, 14,500 some odd feet? Something like that. Different forms of color blindness, okay? I don't know how to say any of those words. Also, I am colorblind, but I couldn't tell you the difference between the first 3. The last one, sure, looks a little strange to me, but the first 3 all look identical to my eye. Well, maybe a little. You know what? It doesn't matter. I could be here all day trying to explain to you what I see. The amount of lake monsters is suspicious. North American cryptids. All right, we've got the, wait. As someone from Washington, Sasquatch seems to be everywhere, okay? Because Sasquatch is a Washington thing. Everyone in Oregon has treated it as an Oregon thing. Everyone in Colorado treats it like a Colorado thing. That's how you know we're never going to find Sasquatch, goddammit. And it makes me sad. I want him to be real. Also, according to this map, Colorado doesn't have one. The Bear Lake Monster looks like it's in, what is that? Is that Utah? I actually have no idea. I don't. This is how dumb I am. I see Idaho, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, California. Arizona, Skinwalker? What the hell is going on down there? I could be here all day. The Dover Demon looks amazing. The Beast of Bray Road. Frogman? Okay, Frogman looks like a bro. Also, you are right. There sure are a lot of lake monsters. The Oklahoma octopus. I could do an entire 30-minute video getting curious about everything I see on the screen right now, okay? Free software alternatives. Yeah, that's right. Adobe can kiss everyone's ass. So, instead of Photoshop, use GIMP. Instead of Illustrator, use Inkscape. Instead of After Effects, use Natron? Instead of Premiere Pro, use DaVinci Resolve. I don't agree with that. Instead of Adobe XD, what? Use Figma. Cinema 4D, 3ds Max, Blender. Blender is probably the best program that has ever been made, and I have absolutely no knowledge of or need of it whatsoever. Also, DaVinci Resolve is amazing. Do not get me wrong. It is a fantastic program, especially at the price of $0, unless you need some extra features for a few hundred, but I do not like it at all. Premiere Pro has always been my editor, and unfortunately, I do still pay for it, because there have been no people out there with the knowledge, the willpower, and the generosity to actually create something like it, or something really close to After Effects, or otherwise, that they can give away for a very cheap price. Hell, you know what? If someone out there recreates Premiere Pro, not exactly, obviously, but modeling your editing software really, really, really closely to Premiere Pro. And no, I don't want Vegas. I don't like Vegas either. It's just not my favorite. Although, definitely better because you can actually fucking buy it. But anybody out there that wants to take on building Premiere Pro from the ground up for me, I'll give you $3,000. I don't give a shit. Let me buy it. Let me buy things again. Why do you think I collect so much shit? It's because everything is disappearing. All these companies think they have the right to take the products we gave them money for and hide them away and paywall them. Look, if you have created a product, sure, absolutely you have a right to sell it. Doy. What you should not have the right to is demand money for all eternity for a product. I totally understand a company going, all right, cool. Premiere Pro is $800. However, you're only going to get 1 year of updates, and then after that, you'd have to pay for upgrades in the future. Okay, I will gladly do that. What I will not do is give you $600 a year, and that's just for the whole suite, forever. Absolutely not. That's bullshit. You know it. We all know it. That, all right? Solves the confusion regarding the British Isles. Does it? It doesn't for me. Okay, I'm kidding. What to do if your brakes go out? I hope this is a real guide. Number 1, take your foot off the gas and turn on your hazard lights. Number 2, try pumping your brakes fast and hard. If you have ABS, hold the brake pedal to the floor. All right, simple enough so far. On automatic cars, move your shifter from D into 3, 2, 1, or L. What if your car doesn't have that? What if your car is as simple as it gets in automatic mode? Step 4, pull up on the emergency brake with smooth, even pressure. Jerking it up could send your car into a skid. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. That'll be bad. 5, use the guardrail to slow down by rubbing the side of your car against it. And 6, look for a patch of open grass, soft dirt, sand, or bushes to turn into. Use this method only if you're already going under 20 miles an hour. That's completely fair. I do not think that you would be... Well, actually, you might get in trouble if you were near a truck runaway ramp or something on the highway. I don't know if they would be happy about that. Plus, you wouldn't want to be there if a truck needed to use it. Endemic versus epidemic versus pandemic. Ah, I see. Endemic is strange, isn't it? Anyway, a simple guide to the Pandora Papers leak. And how big is the Pandora Papers leak? That title was done a little weird, but okay. All right, 14 sources, roughly 12 million files, and 3 terabytes of data. How does it break down? 6.5 million documents, 3 million images, 1.2 million emails, 467,000 spreadsheets, and just under a million whatever the hell. Offshore leaks, 260 gigabytes, Panama Papers, in total 2.6 terabytes, Paradise Papers. Oh, good lord. All right, now what does this all mean? I can't read all of these. Paper snowflakes. Oh, it's that simple? No way, you're screwed. No, it is, I know. How long will it take to crack your password? Okay. I don't know how accurate this is anymore, I mean, how long ago was this little guide made? It's just like that, there's a website that does this exact same thing when you type your password in. But how accurate is this sort of thing now? Like, all right, does it matter? Oh, sorry, I didn't read it. I'm stupid, don't worry. So 3 characters instantly. All right, fair. 18 numbers only, 126 years. So just make it 18 random numbers. Oh, that's not too bad, right? I love that. Numbers, uppercase, lowercase letters, and symbols. 1 quintillion years? That's a good amount of years. I mean, how long is it? You know what? No, I won't ask that question. Doesn't matter. Just make your password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and you're just good to... I'm kidding. I know that that's more than 18 characters. I was trying to make a joke. It's trying to be funny. How to move 1,000 people. What does it take to move 1,000 people? 1 link train, 4 cars, 15 buses, 625 cars. Car option also requires over 5 acres of parking at both start and destination. 625 cars. Okay. How big are these cars? Can they hold 5 people like your average 4-door sedan? Are there a couple of smart cars sprinkled in there? Look, I hate cars. I do. Screw them. They're a huge problem for most of us, whether you think so or not. They suck ass. They really do. Public transit would be pretty sick, actually. Someone living in a city like Colorado Springs without a car, what do you get to? Nothing. You don't get to do shit. Walking somewhere? Okay, walk 20 miles. A bus? Cool, it takes you 6 hours to get to work. All that. Cars are stupid as shit. Oh man, I don't like them. The presidents of Peru since 2000 and their fates. Okay, why is this a cool guide? What is that? What? Imprisoned, transitional president, extradition approved, committed suicide, house arrest, ousted in coup, resigned, transitional president, detained. Neat. That's super cool. What a cool guide. Plaid patterns. Ooh. Oh, they actually have names. Okay. Let's see. Checks. Buffalo check? No. Come on. No way. You're screwing with me, aren't you? Houndstooth? Oh, whatever. Plant watering guide. How to water. Incorrect. Frequent light watering. Correct. Infrequent heavy watering. Roost. I cannot read tonight. Roots chase water to bottom of the pot. Makes total sense to me. No, it does. I mean, what else am I supposed to say? How to survive a plunge from a waterfall. Oh boy. This is something out of the worst case scenario survival guide. Step 1. Take a breath right before you go over the edge. I hope I know when that's gonna happen if I'm laying down like that. I can only go by sound. 2. Position yourself so you go down feet first. 3. Wrap your arms over your head and press your nose into your elbow to help seal it from water, right? 4. Tense your muscles and press your legs and feet together. 5. Tightly... I thought that said dose your eyes. Close your eyes and mouth, and then swim away from the falls immediately, even before breaking the surface. That makes enough sense to me. How many of these are completely wrong? And I'm thinking that they're completely correct. Now I'm going to look like an idiot. How many of them are incorrect? Does someone tell me that? Guide for facial expressions. Yeah, I definitely need a guide for that. Something kind of creepy about this. I don't like looking at that. Yeah, creepy, yes, but useful. See the chapter notes for more on why. I don't want to. Google like a pro. Oh, these things. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you here. Right? I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can. I will never use any of this. I know there's a lot of people out there that have memorized the Google search tricks and their lives are far better for it, but it is not going to happen with me. Not because I don't want to, not because I refuse to, but because no matter how many times I see one of these goddamn guides and I try my best to memorize even one of these, I will never remember. 30-day push-up challenge. I also tried this. I tried this. You know what happened? Nothing! I could not make it past 10, okay? I could not make it past 10. It's just never gonna happen for me, man. The Queen's Corgis. Oh, I gotta be honest. The Queen's dogs, I do not care. Ready for No Nestle November? It is No Nestle, right? Yeah, it is! Okay, let's see. Everything owned by Nestle. Your only options ever. Go right ahead, everybody. Go right ahead. See if you can. See if you can. All right. I think it's fantastic that 5 companies own the literal fucking planet. Isn't it so cool that they're allowed to do that? Use the right onion. Sweet onion, best for frying. Red onion, best for eating raw. What? Okay. You know me. I like to eat my onions like apples. White onion, crunchiest and sharpest zing. All right, yellow onion, best all-round cooking onion, and shallot, milder and more subtle. Okay, I don't care about the use fors. I just wanted to know something simple. How the atomic mushroom clouds are actually bigger than they look. Gonna be honest with you, I never once thought that they were small, okay? Sure, I get it. Green is the Empire State Building, blue's Mount Fuji, and then, red is Mount Everest. That's insane. They are insane. These are also weapons that can destroy all existence as we humans know it, right? Also, is this the blast from an atomic bomb or a hydrogen bomb? Because I do believe they are different, and one is way goddamn worse. I could be completely wrong on that. No, I'm not getting that from Oppenheimer, okay? As an autistic person, I did love reading about atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs because, that's, you pick something and you get obsessed with it, okay? Look, I found RuneScape like a week later, okay? I was not gonna go build a hydrogen bomb in my backyard. Not that I would be able to. I am stupid. Biking or running in the dark? Here's how the drivers see you based on the clothes you wear. What? I mean, I guess this does feel like a shitty-ass guide in general. I love that if you're wearing black and it's dark out, even with headlights, you are invisible. Okay, as someone that drives at night, somewhat frequently, bullshit. Not to say that you should go out wearing black. A lot of people in our neighborhood do wear high-vis vests like, little nerds, Butch is the smart idea. However, no, they're not invisible, okay? I have tinted windows and they're not invisible. But yeah, wear something better. Come on. The anatomy of the world's most popular sandwiches. I want a panini. Actually, you know what? Screw that. I want a grilled cheese. And then maybe a Cuban to wash everything down. Does that... Man, these lower res images are killing me because I saw po' boy and I swear to God, I read poi boy. Maybe I'm just an idiot. Apples on a scale from most tart to most sweet. All right, let's see. Granny Smith, obviously. I've never had a Pacific Rose or a McIntosh or an Empire, a Cortland, an Envy, a Lady. I have had a Brayburn. I have had a Jazz. Never had a Macoun, Autumn Glory, Opal, Sugar Bee, Smitten. Had a Honeycrisp. Never had a Snapdragon. I do like Red Delicious. I do like Gold Delicious. Never had a Jonah Gold or a Juicy or an Ambrosia. I've had Gala and Fuji. So I haven't had most of these, and I'm from Washington State, by the way. D&D ability scores explained with tomatoes. Ah, yes. That is actually the de facto default way of explaining these to people that don't understand what they mean. Strength is being able to crush a tomato. Dexterity is being able to dodge a tomato. Constitution is being able to eat a rotten tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put a tomato in fruit salad. And charisma is being able to sell a tomato-based fruit salad. This seems funny, and it is, but it's incredibly helpful, especially for someone like me, who initially had an incredibly vague understanding of these, but let's say never understood what dexterity meant, what constitution meant, and what the difference between intelligence and wisdom would have been. This helped a lot. Causes of death in the United States. What Americans die from, what they search on Google, and what the media reports on. Okay, let's take a look-see here. As someone who's a hypochondriac, I sure love being here. Let's see, heart disease, 30%, cancer, roughly 30%, road incidents, falls and accidents, lower respiratory disease, Alzheimer's, stroke, diabetes, drug overdose, kidney disease, pneumonia and influenza, and suicide. Oh, and then homicides and terrorism. I do not like seeing any of these. Okay, now here's what they search on Google. Heart disease, cancer, road incidents. This is, Google searches, okay. All right, well, okay. And what the media reports on. Media coverage New York Times and media coverage The Guardian. Okay, well, neat. Thanks, guys. Warning signs someone's anxiety is setting in. Appearing zoned out, snapping at something small, they become impatient, struggling to make eye contact, they need more reassurance, struggling to sit still, they avoid making plans about the future, they want to leave an event early. I have become pretty good at spotting when somebody is absolutely not having a good time. Why? Because I've had people say the most horrible things to me because I didn't notice. And I asked them a simple question. This is not due to them being an asshole, but I get very easily wounded. So I learned a long time ago to notice you. That's it. It is important to be able to notice somebody, notice they're being ignored, notice they're not having a great time, notice something is wrong, and double check. I'll never remember this mid-heart attack, but this is good to know. Heart attack symptoms, men versus women. All right, let's take a look at men. Nausea or vomiting, jaw, neck, or back pain, squeezing chest pressure or pain, and shortness of breath. Okay. Now with women, we've got a couple of the same things. Chest pain, but not always, okay? Pain or pressure in the lower chest or upper abdomen, shortness of breath, fainting, indigestion, and extreme fatigue. Another thing to keep in mind with this particular guide is these are the most common symptoms of a heart attack. But remember, we experience a lot of the same stuff. Obviously, there's a bit of an overlap here. Another thing that you should be keeping an eye out for is, the shooting pain up and down the left arm. It can go to your right arm. Jaw, neck, back, tummy. It's very ridiculous how evil a lot of these things are in how many symptoms you can have, okay? I've referenced Kevin Smith and his talk about, mental health and trauma and stuff, but him talking about his heart attack and how I don't even think he realized he was having one at first is definitely a good thing to watch, listen into. Not that anybody here is at risk of a heart attack, okay? We're all doing pretty good. We're fine. But you should absolutely know everything possible. You should. It's just smart, right? This sentence has 5 words. Here are 5 more words. 5-word sentences are fine, but several together become monotonous. Listen to what is happening. The writing is getting boring. The sound of it drones. It's like a stuck record. The ear demands some variety. Now listen, I vary the sentence length and I create music. Music! The writing sings. It has a pleasant rhythm, a lilt, a harmony. I use short sentences, and I use sentences of medium length. And sometimes, when I am certain the reader is rested, I will engage him with a sentence of considerable length. A sentence that burns with energy and builds with all the impetus of a crescendo. The roll of the drums, the crash of the cymbals, sounds that say, listen to this, it is important. So write with a combination of short, medium, and long sentences. Create a sound that pleases the reader's ear. Don't just write words, write music. I've always agreed with Gary Provost. It is Provost, right? Provost? It doesn't really matter. I've always agreed with this guy, even though I've only read this exact thing a few times in my life. As someone that reads and speaks for a living, give me some variation. You see me. I read stuff out here that makes me die inside. All right? Like for real, just a little bit. Come on. Although, get crazy with your prose, for sure, but don't tread into the purple territory. Don't give me that purple prose. Small guide. How human flesh decomposes. Okay, can we stop calling this place Coolguides if we're gonna get stuff like this? Fresh bloat, active decay, advanced decay, and dry remains. I cannot wait until I'm dry remains. Heimlich maneuver for dogs. This is probably good to pay attention to. Head facing down like a wheelbarrow. Sweep from side to side. See if you can dislodge the object. Compress the abdomen by pushing up with your fist. A sharp blow between your pet's shoulder blades might do the trick. I just want everyone to know how to save dogs because I love dogs more than most people. How to make an amazing sofa fort. You son of a... Where was this 15 years ago in my life? Did you know? Fish? Fishes. The plural of fish is fish. When referring to more than one species, you can use fishes as plural. Now, normally I would Google that to see if I could verify it for you, but I don't really care enough in this particular case. Not sure if this counts because there aren't actually words, but I just think the life cycle of a strawberry is neat. Yeah, this may not be a guide, but how am I 27 years old, almost 28, and I didn't know that a strawberry started off as a goddamn flower? That just looks like a regular-ass flower. Different streetlight designs to minimize light pollution. Ooh. I see. I like that. Very bad. Bad. Better. Best. I have never seen a streetlight like best. Hell, to my recollection, I've probably only seen better once in my life, and bad is like the most common among the weird lantern-looking streetlights that still exist in various areas. Never seen very bad, though, either. I mean, maybe once or twice. How to tie the strongest knot there is in 4 steps. The strongest knot? Oh, I see. Yeah, that's just gonna go in one ear and out the left nostril. How to survive a dog attack. Stay calm. Both fear and aggression will enhance the dog's ferocity. Do not run from the dog or make eye contact. Move away slowly while turned peripherally from the animal. If it looks like the dog will attack, put something between you and the animal. Stick, jacket, anything to protect yourself. When the dog charges, use the stick or rock as a weapon. Aim for the eyes and throat specifically. Do not tear your limb away. If biting is unavoidable, offer a forearm. Leave 3 limbs free to attack the dog, and protect your face and stomach. After the attack, consult a doctor about diseases carried by dogs, including rabies. Notify the police and animal control. You absolutely want to go to a doctor ASAP after getting attacked or bit by any random animal, for sure. Cat, dog, penguin in the street, bat, please do so, because as you know, if it is rabies and you get symptoms, you are going to die. That is a guarantee. The what monks? The Cistercian monks invented a numbering system in the 13th century, which meant that any number from 1 to 9,999 could be written using a single symbol. What? Sure, I don't need this. A quick guide to tea. Oh dear. Oh, it's this. Not to say that tea doesn't provide any kind of benefit whatsoever. You know, you got a little bit of caffeine in there, gives you a little kick, depending on the tea, of course. But drinking green tea is not going to give you a mega insane turbo-boosted NOS metabolism all of a sudden again. You're not going to be 18 again. It's tea, all right? Not that that's what this guide is saying, but, you know, I personally do not believe that elderflower is going to cure my common cold. Again, not that that's what this is saying, but you know what? How about this? Next time I get a cold or I'm nauseous, I will try these. And if ginger tea makes me not feel nauseous anymore, you know what? I'm a believer. I really am. Until then, I'm just gonna die Batman through the years. The hell happened to Batman in 1943? All right, hold on. Let's take a look-see here. 1943. Well, yeah, that's definitely a strange side profile. Okay. 1986. Good lord, he got beefy. 2016. He's a robot. That's great. No, now he's Lego. Now he's a ninja. Despite looking more like a samurai? Oh, I don't care about Batman anymore. Batman and Spider-Man, Superman, they've all been fatigued to shit in my mind. There. Okay? Oh, I like it. I like that. Activities that make your brain release happy chemicals. Okay. All right. If one of these is go walk in the woods or go hiking, I swear to God, happiness chemicals and how to hack them. Dopamine, the reward chemical. Complete a task, doing self-care activities, eating food, celebrating little wins. Now, eating food can be tricky because that can become a problem. Not eating in general, but the idea that you can hack getting dopamine simply by eating food. A lot of people have done this, and what has resulted in that is an eating disorder, okay? I don't like guides like this. They are helpful. They can give you really good ideas on how to boost your mood in the moment or something like that. But sun exposure, cycling, playing with a dog or a baby, or essential oils are not going to be some sort of cure-all or guarantee or anything like that. Again, that is not what this is saying, but I tend to read a little bit deeper into these things so you don't take this thing at face value. Absolutely do these things for sure. Essential oils. Absolutely do all these other things for sure. Celebrating little wins, running, meditating, giving a compliment, those are great. But I don't like that there's just nothing else to it here. How to hack your happiness chemicals. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. These are just things that we should all do if we have the chance. Hacking your happiness chemicals? Okay, I'm glad that your heart's in the right place, but there's usually more to it than that. Like, take me for example. I can't hack I do need help. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I do a lot of these, okay? Like eating food, watching comedies. I like that endorphin, the painkiller, we just have dark chocolate, exercising, laughter. What is laughter exercise? You know what? I'm gonna kick your ass. Not you. No, not you. I meant never mind. 28 window types, an illustrated guide. I do love me some windows. Bay window. Hey, we've got one of those here. Casement window, center pivot window. Ooh, don't like those. Double hung window, not a fan. Garden window, love those. Fixed, boring. Egress, all right. Hopper window, no. Glass block window, those are funky. Almost pointless, but funky. Lunette window, like the ones that are usually just on doors. Palladian window, what am I, a billionaire? Oriel window? So like a regular sliding up and down type. I kind of wish that those windows were a little more common these days because mine slides from right to left, left to right. So if I want to put an air conditioner in there, guess what? Nope, they don't make any air conditioners for that. And no, I'm not using one of those portable ones. Those things are freaking terrible and inefficient and a waste of your time. Skylight window? Absolutely, though. Tilt and turn. Is that the one everyone in Europe goes absolutely bonkers for, and if you don't have windows like that, they wish they could murder you or something crazy?
Words to use instead of very. Oh, this is exactly what I need. Actually, even better yet, if there's something to replace the word just every time, I have a habit of using that word a lot. In fact, we should just ban those words. Just and very. Like, oh my god, the word like as well. I literally just called myself out just then. Oh god, I was about to say like again. They're anchoring words we resort to when we can't think of the right word to say or use, either because we don't know it. No, that would be it. That's the only reason. Oh, man, it is hard to say sentences when you can't use those words. In fact, let's do it for the rest of this video. I cannot say very, like, or just. Let's see how this goes. How to jump a car. 1. Red on dead. 2. Red on donor. 3. Black on donor. 4. Black on bare metal. Okay, but why is that one blue? I'd feel gaslit if I had any sort of color blindness. Also, wait, hang on. Okay, I think this depends on what car you have. I have a pair of jumper cables. I've had to do this less than a month ago, and I didn't have to use some bare metal. I had to put it on the other negative on the battery on the other car. Probably isn't a big deal at all, but I have nothing better to do right now, so I'm going to make a big deal out of it. The hottest pepper picker. Oh, this is an excellent thing to reference from. So I'm actually currently doing a show, low budget Aussie kids game show at the prime time of 8 a.m. when all kids are already at school anyway. But we compete, and whoever loses that episode has to face a punishment, and sometimes it's a spicy challenge. One episode, I lost. I had to have a habanero pepper. Note the big number underneath it, and note that I'm a very pasty white man who doesn't handle spice. Though thankfully, on another episode, someone else lost and got a punishment of having to have a pepper. You know what pepper they had to eat? A jalapeno! Yeah, wow! It's a really fair game! Popular internet acronyms. You may think you know all these, but I bet you don't. AFAC, as far as I know.
Hey, Ma!
Ask me anything. Come over. Change my view.
Damn house!
Doesn't matter. Had fornication. Alice! Explain like I'm 5 years old.
Fit heavy.
Fix that for you. I Anad. I am not a doctor.
I am not.
I am not a lawyer. Get away from me.
I'm Ho.
In my humble or honest opinion.
E.T.
In this thread, in regards to forums.
Nasuffer.
Not safe for life. Gory or gross stuff.
Nasuffer woo.
Not safe for work. Usually intimate content. Till today I learned.
Till doctor.
Too long didn't read.
You sick.
You should know.
You
Your mileage may vary. How often to clean? Well, I can't be bothered going through all of this because I'm going to forget most of it, so let's just focus on the summary of each thing. Daily is to do all these things. Weekly is to do all these things. Pro tip to avoiding cleaning the microwave all the time, just put all your food— No, damn it! I do so good. And then you distract me by making me think of something funny or silly to say. This is your fault. Sorry, it's not me. You're the ones doing this. It's not me. That was a practice round. Anyway, I support Mr. Beardski's interpretation of this.
You just pick one from each category, right? Right?
Yeah, also the blue ones are optional.
Well, that's kind of funny because red is optional too.
A cool guide on neuroplasticity, how to create a new you. Basically, set goals, recognize triggers, make conscious decisions, seek pleasure and reward from healthy pursuits, new pathway is strengthened as a result, and therefore a new healthy habit is formed. To prepare for such a thing, avoid substances that provide unhealthy rewards. Learn to live a comfortable and responsible life in which your brain is rewarded by healthy pursuits. Exercise, try yoga and meditation, seek support from peers and take care of yourself. Don't get too tired, too hungry, too lonely, too angry. Oh, that's my favorite kind of life advice. Hey, you're doing something? Well, don't do it. There, it's solved. For brain training, if we don't learn new skills, we don't engage our brain's plasticity. Highly focused activities help keep the brain in good shape. So, why not try learning a new language, a career change, logistical puzzles, or new environments? That's right, it's not stupidity to dive into a live volcano, it's called brain training. A cool guide to Hawaii. A great example of the fact that we are on mountains. That's what we're on. It's not land, it's mountains. Oh my god, this is a lot to read. We're just gonna pick out some of my favorites. Okay, so how some music bands got their names. For ABBA, it was an acronym of the first letters of the band members' first names, Agnetha, Bjorn, Benny, and Annefrid, arranged as a palindrome. The Beatles was renamed from The Quarrymen by Stuart Sutcliffe and John Lennon, and originally spelled Beatles as a tribute to Buddy Holly and the Crickets, with a pun on beat.
Yeah, Bee Gees, Aussies, yeah.
Originally named the Bee Gees by DJ Bill Gates. Wait, what?
The owner of Microsoft was a DJ?
After the shared initials of Barry Gibb and his mother Barbara, with Gates and Speedway promoter Bill Good, who were managing the band. The reinterpretation as Brothers Gibb came only later. Daft Punk, 1993. Taken from a negative review of Darlin, Ben Gelter and Herman Christo's previous band, in Melody Maker, which described their music as a daft punky trash. Wow! Well, if naming yourself after critics' comments is the way to get famous, you can call me Accident. Let's go Hootie and the Blowfish. Named after the nicknames of two of Darius Rucker's college friends. One had a round face and glasses like an owl, and the other had chubby cheeks like a blowfish. Again, finding fame off the insults towards others. It's... Pink Floyd in 1965, renamed by Syd Barrett from the Tea Set after the names of two Piedmont blues musicians whose records he had in his collection, Pink Anderson and Floyd Council. What, not even like an insulting alteration of these names? No wonder Pink Floyd wasn't famous. A cool guide to dress code, from most formal to least formal in 1920s. You know, for a day and age that was still inherently racist at the time, they really loved their blacks. We get that talk that, oh, men back in these days were true men, unlike the sulky soy boys of today. But I guarantee if you brought the wrong hat to your formal evening event, ooh, look out.
Stop it! You're doing fashion wrong! No! A cool guide to the pastries calories.
I am seeing a lack of Vegemite scroll on this little diagram here, and therefore it is unworthy of my eyes. It is also dangerously comforting that some of these are less than 300 calories. I'm gonna gobble every single strawberry tart I see now.
A cool guide to Catholic hierarchy.
So there's God, and he diddles the Pope. So the Pope diddles the cardinals then diddle the archbishops, who then diddle the bishops, and they diddle the priests, and the priests diddle the people.
Great athletes versus average animals. In a 100-meter dash, Usain Bolt is technically slower than a butterfly. Damn! I, make fun of him for being technically slower than a butterfly, but I'm also slower than Usain Bolt, so I can't really talk smack. Best performer is the peregrine falcon, who's cheating because they fly. 100-meter freestyle swim! Congratium, Sullivan. You could catch up to an emperor penguin and beat them for their money. Best performer is a sailfish, again cheating because they have a sail. Long jump! Bob Beeman can jump not good enough because everything else beats him. Haha, humans suck. Free diving. William Trowbridge succeeding in something many people do when they fall off a bridge.
Okay, I quickly just converted that feat to logic. 123 meters, dude? That is... You're not human.
High jump.
High jump. High jump. High jump.
Javier Sotomayor jumping 8 feet. Pitbull can jump 14 feet?
Wow, I am far more afraid of pit bulls than I ever was. Informal dinner place setting. Wait, this is informal? Oh no. Oh, I've worked in hospitality, and this is how we've always been made to set it all out as a formal setting for events. And oh no. Formal dinner place setting.
Jeez, what? Hang on, why do you need so many glasses? Champagne flute, red wine glass, white wine glass, sherry glass, water goblets. I need to know what places go out this hard for your dinner setting. It's a lot.
Every space agency is proposing its own cleanup plan. Europe plans to send up a satellite with a giant net to snare the debris, basically playing space Pokemon. China proposes a satellite with a laser that will break floating space junk into smaller and less harmful pieces. The US plans shooting gas to slow the pieces of debris, causing them to re-enter the atmosphere, straight up farting into that endless void. Japan proposes using an electric tether, a cable moving through Earth's magnetic field, to generate an electric current that will send space junk back into the atmosphere. Here is the electrodynamic tether, and here is the spacecraft. Air purifying plants to keep in your bedroom. Alrighty, I know what I'm going to Bunnings for this weekend. Time to turn me into a little bit of a plant. A cool guide of the most popular bodyweight exercises.
Oh, I gotta save this one. This looks like fun.
And by fun, I mean I'm probably going to die attempting the first 3 rows. Look, I am proud of the fact I can one-leg squat, so I'm really curious to try that next step, which if I'm guessing right, should be the dragon squat, which, oh man, if you look that up, that's... oh no. A cool guide to visualize from which states the US is importing its food. So essentially, when the global panic begins and you're desperate for sustenance, head on down to Mexico. I'm sure they'll happily treat you with open arms by the way we treat them when they get immigrated to America. That said, if all you love is cereal, then Canada's probably your best bet. A cool guide about the 4 main predictors of divorce. Oh, this one's interesting. The 4 horsemen: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling predict early divorcing 5.6 years after the wedding. The average couple waits 6 years before seeking help for marital problems, which is kind of bad considering the 4 horsemen seem to get to you first. Emotional withdrawal and the absence of positive effects during conflict discussions, shared humor, affection, empathy, predict later divorcing at 16.2 years after the wedding. And half of all marriages that do end do so in the first 7 years. Note that's the ones that do end, not just the ones that exist, or all you nihilists out there. 69% nice of conflict in relationships is about unresolvable perpetual problems. 16% of these perpetual issues involve gridlocked peak couple conflict. I'll be honest, I have no idea what that's implying. 85% of stonewallers in heterosexual relationships are men. Wow, who saw that coming? 80% of the time, women bring up issues in heterosexual relationships. Wow, who saw that coming? Dr. Gottman reports that stable marriages have a 5-to-1 ratio of positivity to negativity during a conflict, whereas an unstable relationship is 0.8-to-1. Oh, that's not good. I think it should just be pointed out too, this wasn't just one man, Dr. Gottman, Dr. John Gottman, it was also his wife, Dr. Julie Gottman, who was doing all this with him. Like, they were a team. I just noticed a lot of places that refer to this research that the Gottmans did, they never really acknowledge that it was the Gottmans. It's always Dr. John Gottman who did all this. Like, there's a reason they were able to complete 12 longitudinal studies with over 3,000 couples, and it wasn't because of one man's just hard work, yeah. A field guide to procrastinators. The cleaner. Before I can start, I need to do some laundry. Then I have to sort my sock drawer, organize my music collection, and clean up my desk so I have room to work. The panicker.
Oh my god, 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 I'm done!
The list maker.
I shall make. Can you guess? Come on, guys, guess. That's right, a list!
The napper. Enough said. The side tracker.
Well, I need to work on the thing that is due tomorrow, but I just got the greatest idea for this other thing that is due next month. I'll work on that first.
The social sharer.
Here's the picture of me not doing work.
The internet researcher. Lol. This video of a cat swimming in a kiddie pool of spaghetti is such a crucial part of my research. The snacker.
I just need a little snack.
The gamer.
Hold on, I'll get to work after I take care of some things in my town. I just need to finish arranging some furniture, catch a bug, pull the weeds, and water my flowers.
The watcher.
Yeah, right after this episode.
The delegator.
Okay, team, let's split the work in half. One of you take one half, and the other take the other half.
Sorry, just call that management. The perpetuator.
Well, I was going to start 30 minutes ago, but now it's getting a little late, so I'll just have to start on it tomorrow.
A cool guide to provisioning a World War I dreadnought battleship.
Wow, that is a lot to like take care of throughout the entire voyage as well. Like it's not just stacking it all away and bringing it out for lunch every time. You got to like keep it chilled, keep it safe, and safe from like getting off and unhealthy to eat. 60 tons of potatoes, 1,000 boxes of cigarettes. Yeah, wow. Okay, look, it was just sign of the times. Oh wow, if you start from the right and go 3 rows in, there's actually 120 pounds of your mum being served.
Gold purity chart.
I can't help but feel like they only introduced the term carrot to make it more fancy than just saying a percentage of gold. Someone is free to tell me otherwise what the actual reasoning for carrot is, but for now I'm going to believe my truth is the truth and I'll double down on it. Remember to never talk to the cops. 1. Contacted by the police? Stop! Don't talk alone. Even nice cops are always gathering information to land on charge, including people you care about. You are not required to speak with any law enforcement officer or agent. Oh boy, this is going to start some arguments in the comments. 2. Cops are allowed to lie. It is legal for cops to lie about what the subject of their investigation is. Agencies at all levels frequently share information with each other, and there are very few rules as to how cops can ask for that information. I'll be honest, I read 3 at like face value for a second. I thought it said, call a lawyer best friend. Like, who has best friends who are lawyers? I'm not rich. You have the right to consult an attorney before talking to law enforcement or deciding whether or not to talk to them. You have a right to have an attorney present even if you volunteer to do an interview. 4. Need help? Your local National Lawyers Guild chapter can provide assistance in finding political attorneys in your area. Reach out ahead of any attempts at repression and make a safety plan with trusted ones. Learn about histories of grand juries and political movements. Cops aren't your friend. The life of a typical American. Going along week of the year and down by age. Got some colored bars there to symbolize your career and retirement, elementary school, etc. So here's the week when you can drive in most states in South Dakota. Here is the week when you can vote, smoke cigarettes, fight in war, and be tried as an adult. Yay! Here is the week when you can legally drink. Here is the average week a woman has her first child. This pink is the week when men first marry on average today, and further all the way back in early 20s was the 1960s. But also the average amount of time a couple who divorces will stay together. Seems about right, less than 7 years. Also, average length of time someone stays in a job. Yeah, for some jobs are like being a renter. But also the average life expectancies. Man, what are we doing? Guys, stop it. Be healthier. Oh, but holy, wow, average life expectancy in Sierra Leone? That's a country in West Africa. Man, wow, mid-40s? A cool guide to rhythms. Hot dog, grape soda, apple pie, hot fudge sundae, coconut shrimp, Rice Krispie treat, chalky strawberry, cinnamon, oatmeal, milk and cereal, avocado toast, cheese ravioli, strawberry ice cream, chips and guacamole, tater tot casserole, pepperoni pizza. Nailed it all in one take too. Wow. Yep. A cool guide for understanding how much the most followed Instagram accounts earn on posts. Oh, this is going to depress me. Oh man, I'm looking at the lowest number, Kevin Hart, 780,000. Like, why even bother having any further career in anything else aside from posting on Instagram at this point? Sure, it might dry up over time, but by then, you're probably retired anyway. Like, God, 2.397 million just to get yourself a post on Cristiano Ronaldo's Instagram. Wow. Again, even comparing Kevin Hart here as the lowest number and going way below that to maybe even $200,000 a post. To get that money just to post on Instagram, I understand why some people just do whatever they can for fame these days. Because if you get there, it's good money. Caffeine and energy drinks, including calories and sugar content. No one tell Jake Paul and KSI that their drink's not on here. They're going to lose their minds. Wow, bang, 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's not an energy drink. That's a laxative. Make sure you're wearing brown pants when you drink from that can. Unless you're having it over 2 days, yeah, okay, bank on the caffeine. I guess it's technically cheaper than buying 4 Red Bulls. Simple roof types guide. So as you can see, we've got the pointy one with a little pointy one sticking out of it like some weird brain tumor that needs to be cut out, an M-shaped, a hip, a jerkin head, Dutch cable combination, cross-hip, intersecting overlaid hip and valley, hexagonal, bram, men's side, box pyramid hip, a house where a couple is going through a divorce, a flat, a shed, and a skate ramp. 476 ways to avoid saying said. Wow. This is a great example that the English language is like playing Dungeons and Dragons for the first time, but they make you play like a level 20 cleric. Oh god, the fact I could make that kind of reference and know what I'm talking about makes I am such a nerd. Like, what the hell is this? Revealing information. You can use avowed. Since when did that word exist? Or elucidated in the third row there? Where? Since when? Since when were these released? What patch was that? I wasn't keeping track.
How to make the perfect salad. Start with a guitar that plays a repeated rhythm in the band. Next, add something that makes the same sound as your victim's bones when you consume them. Complement that with your younger sibling when they don't get what they want. Try something unexpected like pickled veggies, watermelon cubes, or
The Spanish Inquisition!
then add some protein, and then finally, some dressing. Oh, looky here. What does hand sanitizer actually work on? This is rather informative. Turns out standard alcohol-based hand sanitizer, alcohol content of 60%, only kills certain microorganisms. Ooh. Isn't that fascinating? All these things alcohol protects us from. So what do we do with it most of the time?
Well, we try to flavor it with sugars and drink it.
But sadly, it's still not strong enough to defeat the most deadliest of diseases. That foot and mouth one. The one that makes people grow feet at the bottom of their legs and mouths on their faces. 5 mother sources. Wow, it's like meeting the ancestors of the culinary kingdom. Now see, what I love about this most is that I am a tomato sauce fan. So not only can I say my Nutella and tomato sauce sandwich combos are, classy and eloquent, but they utilize a mother sauce. From this day forward, my Nutella tomato sauce sandwich combo is no longer just a mere nut sauce sandwich.
It is my mummy nut sauce sandwich. No, wait, my saucy mum nut. Yeah. Yeah, that. Oh, I'm going beyond hell. I'm going to avoid.
Now presenting the totally legit, this is fact, now you have to abide by this, the improved pain scale. 1, might be an itch. 2, I just need a band-aid. 3, it's kind of annoying. 4, this is concerning, but I can still work. 5, bees. 6, bees. 7, I can't stop crying. 8, I can't move, it hurts so bad. 9, mauled by a bear or ninjas. 10, unconscious. Some CPR survival rates on screen versus real life. ER, 68% survive. Chicago Hope, 64%. Grey's Anatomy is a bit more realistic with 46%. Casual plus Y, what the frickin' name is that? 42%. You want to know what the actual number is? Ooh, you get, Time to take your dose of reality. 12%. In the real world, CPR saves just 1 in 8 hospital patients. Now, to be fair, I think that we need to consider the fact that this is hospital patients, not, if someone's unconscious on the beach, you should still try CPR. It's, you have a chance to save them still. I swear, I hear so many people say, CPR doesn't really save anyone. Well, yeah, because you're basing that on people who are already in the hospital and already dying of something severe. Like, I mean, most victims of car crashes were in the car prior to the accident, so that doesn't mean you should stand outside the car as you're driving down the highway. Sorry, I already rambled when there was this comment here basically saying the same thing. Basically, yes, you should just try to do it as soon as possible. Don't be someone standing around being like,
How long were they unconscious for? Hey, let's gather around and deliberate for 5 minutes to decide whether or not we should do CPR straight away.
a cool guide to the types of gemstones and semi-perfect stones. Oh man, my gem collecting days as a child are really starting to be triggered again. I don't care how much all these cost. I want the shiny rocks. I want them. I want all the shiny rocks. Give me that titanium quartz. Give me. How should I read the Dune series? Greetings, friend. Looks like you're wondering how exactly you should tackle one of the most revered sci-fi series of all time. This guide should clear things up. Option 1, the sampler. You keep hearing about how great this Dune thing is. You're vaguely aware that David Lynch made a movie out of it. You've heard the litany against fear. You're probably turned off by sci-fi, but you'll give this one a chance. Sequels generally suck anyways, right? Recommended for those who don't want Schmidt to get too weird. Option 2, Moi Dib's story. So you finished Dune and you enjoyed it. Or you at least like Paul as a character and you want to see how that plays out. Luckily, Messiah exists. And it's damn short. Short enough that you can consider it a book 4, an epilogue to the events of Dune. Read together, these 2 books make a fantastic, mostly contained story. If you want to stop, this is a great point. There's no telling whether you'll love or hate what comes next.
Recommended for everyone who read June and knew they weren't in it for the long run. Okay, this bold italic text is it's scaring me for what comes next. Option 3, The Golden Path. There is no reason to actually read Children of June unless you're gearing up for the big one, God Emperor. Yo, wait, is that a human head inside the giant worm thing? What the hell is that? I kind of want to know. Oh no, this is how they get you. This is how they lure you in. So it's widely considered almost as good as the first book, June, and many would say even better, making it the true masterpiece of the series. Anyone with a high tolerance for weird stuff should go this route. You're not really going to understand what's going on, and that's okay. Just trust me. It's worth struggling through children. It's important. It's not that good, but it's important. Option 4. I love Frank Herbert. It's clear you're really into June at this point. You know the quality drops off fairly significantly after God Emperor, right? I mean, it's still written by Frank, so it's not too bad. Above average. They aren't going to make you question the entire series' quality retroactively or anything. But you're setting yourself up for disappointment, if only because Chapter House ends on a pretty big cliffhanger, and Frank Herbert died before he could finish the next book. But you know that at this point. Don't you? Flavor pairing cheat sheet. Oh no, this is a bad influence on me. Oh, there's a lot of things you could put with whiskey. Oh no! Oh, what am I doing? Why am I right-clicking on this image and saving for later? Stop, hand. Stop saving it onto your desktop. No. Myths and misinformation created by movies. Oh, this looks like a lot of fun. Myth: a stopped heart can be restored with a defibrillator shock. Truth: once a heart has stopped beating, a defibrillator can't restart it. Myth: chloroform immediately knocks out people for several hours. Truth: it takes up to 5 minutes for someone to feel the chemical effects, which then last for a short while. That completely makes sense as to why it takes only a few seconds in movies. It'll be very boring and awkward and kind of stupid to see people tumbling around for 5 minutes straight, just strangling them. Myth: the police can trace a phone call within a minute. Actually, tracing a phone call takes about an hour. The forensic process gives answers to all questions and even solves crimes. Truth is, the process of forensics only helps to collect evidence. It doesn't prove anything. Myth: you must wait 24 hours before reporting a missing person. Truth is, if you have genuine concerns, you should contact the police immediately. Myth is, the drowning victims usually call for help loudly while reaching their arms up. But the truth is, actually, it's hard to notice a drowning person. Yo, watch videos of lifeguards saving people in giant populated public pools. Honestly, lifeguards clearly have the eyes of hawks. Myth: shooting 2 guns at the same time looks cool. Truth: aiming at 2 targets at once is hardly possible. Myth: silencers make every gun completely quiet. Truth: a silencer only dampens the noise. The gunshot is still audible. Myth: a door can be unlocked with a gun. Truth is, a padlock shackle is thick and made of iron. A small bullet wouldn't break it. Myth: you can talk to another skydiver during freefall. Truth is, the wind traveling past your ears makes you deaf to all sounds. Myth: the pin of a grenade can be dramatically pulled out with one's teeth. Truth is, the person would have no teeth afterwards and the grenade would still have a pin. Myth: an asteroid belt is dense and crowded. Truth is, there are many miles of vacuum between asteroids.
Tally marks from around the world. All right, let's see. Oh yeah. Australia, Europe, North America, and Zimbabwe, really. Brazil, France, South America, and Spain. Can someone confirm for me if the middle one and the one on the right are actually true? I've just never seen anybody from those places make tally marks before. I've never seen it done this way. I think it's incredibly interesting. How to pack a hiking bag. Oh, enlighten me, why don't you? Okay, heavy, medium, lightweight sleeping bag. All right, okay, no, I totally get it. I've gone on a couple of longer hikes in my day. And yeah, I didn't pack it like this though, and it hurt constantly. The Joker. Okay, let's see if we can pick out like my favorite design. Let's see if we can find that one. 1940 Golden Age. Really? Okay. 60s TV show. Oh yeah, he was fantastic. Dark Knight Returns. Killing Joke. The Tim Burton movie. I still have to rewatch that. You know, of course I would choose the Dark Knight. I really like that interpretation of him for sure. But I will say, I'm just kinda tired of the Joker in general. Just in general. Maybe it's because it seems to be the only goddamn Batman villain we ever see. Goodyear tire wear gauge. Actually, that's pretty goddamn handy. Sure, the coin trick is cool and all, but every tire should have this. Do they all have this? I'm thinking no, just because things that make sense rarely get implemented. Because why would we put extra effort into our products that cost thousands of dollars? And yeah, I just changed all my tires. It's expensive. A cool guide to apologizing. How to apologize. Say what you're sorry for. Say why it was wrong. Accept full responsibility. Ask how to make amends. Commit to not doing it again. Ask for forgiveness and thank them. These are not apologies. I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry you misinterpreted what I said. You misunderstood what I meant. It was your fault. What about that time I'm sorry, but... Oh, jeez. A cool guide to the Beef Wellington family tree. There's a family oh my god, stop! Beef Wellington, the grandfather of the Wellington family. Refined, nuanced. The pigs in a blanket. The cool uncle or aunt of the Wellington family. Typically shows up for parties and holidays, but otherwise keeps to themselves. Hot Pocket. The hipster of the Wellington family. Loves new tech, often seen to be mixing things up with cheese. Pop-Tart. The vegetarian of the Wellington family. Frequently in a hurry most mornings, sometimes too busy to want to be warmed up. Corn dog. The black sheep of the Wellington family. Typically seen at children's parties trying to fit in. Might be a serial killer. Why do you gotta do that to my boy Corn Dog? Dude didn't do a damn thing, and corn dogs are great. If your blood type is, you can receive this. You know what really sucks? I still don't know what my blood type is. I have no clue. Because in order to figure it out, you have to donate blood, which isn't a big deal. I've been trying to figure out where I can do that in my town for a long time, and I don't really see the blood drive vans anymore. But it does suck that I've paid thousands of dollars for blood tests the past 5 years, and they don't even bother to maybe just go, oh yeah, and we figured out your blood type, it's this, because we took like 27 gallons of your blood. We figured we might as well do that because we also charge you $1,000 per time we do this. A cool guide to facts about the human body. 15 interesting facts. All right? I really hope that these are indeed facts and they're not going to trick me. Your bones. You're born with 300 bones, but as you age and grow taller, your bones fuse, leaving you with 206 total. That's a lot of fusion going on. Your eyes are powerful. They can detect light from a candle flame over 1.7 miles away. Well, I don't think everybody can do that. I know my ass can't do that. Your strongest muscle is the jaw. The jaw's hinge-like features create more power as you bite down and clench your teeth. Your sense of smell is closely linked with your memories and can trigger strong emotions and memories almost instantaneously. Women tend to have a stronger sense of smell than men. I mean, that may be true, but I have a really strong sense of smell. Your body glows. Your body produces a glimmer of light caused by bioluminescence. It's, however, invisible to the naked eye. Forget fingerprints. Your tongue print is unique to you, making it difficult to forge. Okay, tongue printing doesn't really feel that practical, though. Scientists have recently discovered sneezing might be your nose's way of rebooting itself to get rid of any bad particles that have been inhaled. I mean, that makes sense. In an average lifetime, you'll produce around 21,000 liters of spit. That's enough saliva to fill at least one small swimming pool. Fun. Summer fun. There are over 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. Your liver is the only organ that can completely regenerate itself. It can grow back to its normal size or original size within a few weeks. The acid in your stomach is so strong it can dissolve metal. The smallest bones in your body are inside of your ear. They're so small that they could all fit on a penny, and you wouldn't be able to hear anything without them. Without your pinky finger, you would lose about 50% of your hand strength. Your ear is self-cleaning because of one thing: earwax. It keeps your ears tidy and protects you from bacteria. Your body sheds about 8 pounds of dead skin a year. Most of those cells settle as dust in your home. Yeah, I've noticed. When you live with 3 other people, all 4 bodies in that place are going to create so much dust. We have so many air purifiers going to try and mitigate the problem, and it's not doing a thing. A cool guide about the 4 types of trauma responses. Oh yeah, it's not just the 2 that everyone says, fight or flight. workaholic, overthinker, anxiety, panic, OCD, difficulty sitting still, perfectionist, avoidance, hyperactivity, sadness, and loneliness. Anger, outburst, controlling, the bully, explosive, behavior, irritable, this just reads kind of weird, slamming door, self-harm, difficulty making decisions, feeling stuck, dissociation, isolating, numb, shut down, exhaustion, indecision, and sleeps a lot, people pleaser, overwhelmed, no. I know it says no boundaries, but I like to think that it just says no. Lack of identity, codependent, appeasing, engaging, self-critique. A cool guide showing the structure of a 3.5mm cable. Ground, audio L, audio R. I mean, it's kind of neat. It's nifty. I like seeing the innards of stuff sometimes. A cool guide to the most popular car colors in the US. All right, let's see. Yeah, I see a lot of white cars around. Brown, orange, beige, purple, gold, and yellow. Damn, man. Damn. Can we do more interesting car colors? Come on, car companies, shake things up a bit. Why is it that Subaru has some of the coolest car colors in the world and you guys are still just making white, black, and gray? Maybe a silver thrown in there. And for an extra 10 grand, you can get blue. A cool guide about Chick-fil-A sales versus the top chicken chains in the US. Okay, let's take a look here. $18.8 billion and about 3,000 locations for Chick-fil-A. Okay. Then we've got Zaxby's, Wingstop, Raising Cane's, Popeyes, KFC. If you're going to put Wingstop in there, where the hell's like Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff? They have fast locations. I don't know why they wouldn't be in here. I'm still surprised that KFC does as well as they do. They're just so bad. Out of all of these, I'm a Popeyes guy, for sure. I think Chick-fil-A is fine, but I would never, ever describe it as more than okay enough. Genuinely. I do not understand the absolute fascination with Chick-fil-A or the obsession with Chick-fil-A. It's fine. That's it. It's also very expensive. Although, to be fair, all fast food is just incredibly expensive now. A cool guide to how often you should wash your clothes. Okay. All right. After every wear, yeah, you know, delicates and whatnot, 1 to 2 wears, polo shirts and blouses, tops and leggings. After 3 to 4 wears, bras, dresses, sweaters, shorts, PJ skirts, and pants. After 5 to 6 wears, denim and jeans and sweatshirts. And then, of course, seasonal, like jackets, coats, hats, scarves, and gloves. I suppose. Actually, the coats, I would definitely agree with. I've got a bunch of, like, pea coats. Hate that they're called that, it's super weird, but I tend to get them dry cleaned once every year. Guide to pricing at Costco. All right, the secret behind Costco's prices. I feel like I'm just not gonna believe this one. Not because Costco is very secretive about any pricing structures and whatnot, but it just feels like a secret menu kind of thing that some dude just made up, you know? All right, we got discontinued item, usually priced cheaply to get them out. The manager wants these off the shelf for good. That means they're priced down and nearly out of stock. Store manager deals. Prices ending in 99 are full, and manufacturer's special offer. These prices usually apply to products which are heaving a trial run and are usually priced cheaper than their retail price. Again, none of this is unbelievable. It just, I don't know why, it feels like a secret menu type of thing. A cool guide to the most common dreams by demographic. Wait, what? The most common dreams. Okay. That's the dead. Costa Rica. You guys okay? Y'all all right down there? Also, what is up with the US and Canada? Why are we always dreaming about teeth falling out? Finland, what's up? Snake? This is actually kind of hilarious. What in the world is going on around the world? So many people are worried about snakes and their teeth falling out. And then over in Algeria, you've got people that are freaking out about marriage in general. Hell, in Ethiopia, apparently, shoes! What's going on? Ugh. A cool guide at the end of everything. Good lord, you know there's no way we are going through this whole thing, right? Alright, let's see. 1,000 years from now. Buildings will have decayed. If civilization collapses, most buildings, bridges, and dams around today will have fallen. That's a good point. Let's see. 29% of carbon dioxide released before 2100 is still here. Oh my god, look at this. Greenland ice melted. That's 2,000 years from now, I guess. Ice sheets completely melted with extreme global warming, sea levels 6 meters higher. Yay. Hey, the Haley Bop. Or the Halley Bop? The Boppy Bop? I don't care. Last seen in 1997, and it's due to return around 4,385 AD. Hey, Mayan end times again. You read it here for... Explain. Don't just say that. I want to read more about that. What do you mean the Mayan end times again? What? Anyway, most words extinct by 10,000. Due to rapid evolution of languages, no single present-day word will have survived. Are we actually all going to speak like a unified language in 10,000 years? Is that what you're telling me? Niagara Falls disappears. The remaining 32 kilometers to Lake Erie erodes away and the waterfall ceases to exist. 100,000. Either a supervolcano or a large climate-altering asteroid likely to affect the Earth. Man, it's just like we're on a timer, you know? We're on a timer. Laptop dissolving? The titanium in your MacBook starts to corrode. Thank God, man. What the hell? Woo! Safe plutonium, 500,000 years down the line. The spent nuclear fuel in today's reactors will finally be safe. Oh my God, 1,000,000 years for glass to decompose? Let's see. Beetlejuice is gonna explode. Oh no! Earth irradiated. Oh God. Antarctica will finally melt. The Galactic Empire, the time at which the entire galaxy could be colonized even at sublight speeds. Okay, but how much of this that we're reading is actually true? I think is this one of those ones that puts all their sources at the bottom? Sources, NASA, there's some pretty good sources in there. But I like that though. Like, hey, 50 million years from now, we could probably colonize the galaxy. Damn it! Why was I born now? I don't care about TikTok and being funny. I want to colonize the galaxy. And then, wow, that's a big number. If not consumed by a swollen sun at 5.4 billion years, the Earth's orbit will have finally decayed and it will plunge into the sun. You know, there's a fantastic video out there. It's quite long, but it's kind of amazing going through all the way to the heat death of the universe until eventually, hopefully, some sort of new Big Bang happens hundreds upon hundreds of trillions of years down in the future when nothing exists but black holes. You know, I think it's by Melody Sheep. I really recommend checking that one out. A cool guide to the do's and don'ts when visiting Germany. All right? Let's see. Do shake hands. Shake hands when you're introduced to someone. It's impolite not to. Okay. Don't throw waste in the wrong bin. Okay. Totally normal. Take your shoes off. Many Germans wear house shoes. Oh, I gotcha. Never mind. I read that strange, but that's okay. Or socks. Okay. Very normal for me. Dig in. Wait for others to be served and for someone to announce Bon appetit, yeah. Or guten appetit. Guten ape-tit. All right. Let's see. Address people with the formal you. If the familiar you is okay, they'll let you know. Forget cash. Hit that ATM. Be honest. Germans like talking politics and philosophy. Look, I don't mind philosophy, but I'm not talking anybody politics, okay? No cars coming? Doesn't matter. You wait for that to go green. I guess. Okay. Be punctual. When you say it's at 5 p.m., it's at 5 p.m. And don't walk in the bike lane. Germany and USA, I guess that's why. We have a lot of similarities in that regard. Don't walk in the goddamn bike lane, though, okay? People already treat cyclists like garbage. I know there's plenty of a-holes out there that ride bikes, but a bike lane is a bike lane, a sidewalk is a sidewalk, and the road is the road. That's crazy, right? That they're different things, and you should follow those rules, because it's also for your goddamn safety? What to do if you fall through the ice? Resist the shock-induced impulse to hyperventilate and inhale the water. Stay calm, the shock will wear off in 1 to 3 minutes, and you'll have 15 to 45 to get out before you lose consciousness. Orient yourself and get back to where you fell through, if you can. Don't try to pull yourself straight up. Get out of the water and onto the ice by getting horizontal, kicking your feet and using your elbows for traction. Lie flat on the ice and roll away. This helps prevent further cracking in the ice. Find warm, dry shelter immediately, if you can. Get as much of your body onto the ice as you can. If you can't get out, stop thrashing to avoid exhaustion. Put your arms on the ice. They may freeze to it, keeping you from God, that is crazy. This is why I just don't visit scary, icy places. I just don't want to do that. But stuff like this is absolutely imperative to know, even if you're never going to be around these environments. If your friend falls through, call 911 and coach them through this process. A cool guide on how to jump a car. I see. This actually should be standard they should have this in every car. Hey, you need a jump? Well, here's a little diagram because your mom and dad or grandpa, grandma, whatever didn't teach you how to do this. Which, remember, That's their fault. How to jump a car. Red on dead, red on donor. Black on donor, black on bare metal. Start donor, start dead. Remove 4321. Interesting way. A cool guide of the most spoken languages per state, excluding English and Spanish. Because it would always be English and Spanish. All right, let's take a look at Colorado. Really? German? Okay. So never mind, doesn't matter. Nevada, Tagalog? Why can't I recognize that? My home state? Washington, it's Chinese. California's Chinese. Arizona and New Mexico, Navajo, really? Okay. Texas is Vietnamese. Hawaii's Japanese. Let's see. Florida's Haitian. Okay. This is actually super interesting. This is the type of stuff that I wish I would run across more often. A cool guide to live a better life. 10 simple rules for living a better life. Rule 1. Make time for deep work every day, even for just an hour. Rule number 2. The fastest way to kill something special is by comparing it to something else. Oh man, do I wish that my brain could allow me to not compare things all the time. Rule number 3. A big scary problem is just a bunch of small solvable problems. Rule number 4. When you fall in love with the process, you win regardless of the results. Rule number 5. It's never too late to start, but there will never be a better time than right now. Rule number 6. Anything that costs your mental health is too expensive. Rule number 7. Key to progress equals long-term goals broken down into short-term actions. Rule number 8. Motivation is unreliable. Systems are key to consistency. Yes, I actually did try to follow that one for a little bit. It worked out quite well. Didn't make me any happier in the process, but motivation is fleeting. It's all about that discipline. Rule number 9. The fastest way to clear your head is to get your thoughts out onto paper. I genuinely recommend a typewriter. No joke. I'm not kidding. That thing is a creative machine, and that clickety-clack is very satisfying. Rule number 10. When you say yes to everything, you give up control to your life. I guess that was kind of the entire point of Yes Man. A cool guide to animal expected lifespans. Oh man, we're gonna see some that are really short and it's gonna make us really sad. Like rat and mouse, less than 5? Come on! I'm always surprised at how short the lifespan of a fox is, by the way. I don't know why that one always surprises me. Cats, a little over 15, along with dogs, and especially indoor cats. They last a lot longer. Elk, over 20. Let's see, let's go down to the really old guys. I did not know elephants could live that long. Or whales, for that matter. The giant tortoise, 150 or plus. Which, surprisingly enough, I do believe that the oldest tortoise, he's still alive, I think, is Jonathan, who is expected, or estimated, not expected, different words entirely, to be 191 this year. Holy actual goddamn hell. You want to hear another mind-blowing one? Look up the Greenland shark, which is estimated to live anywhere from 250 years to possibly over 500. Good lord. Not even to mention, aren't there some creepy crawlies underneath the sea that are functionally immortal at this point? Like jellyfish or something? Oh man, you could go on for days about how long some of these animals really live. A cool guide to where you'd end up if you swam in a straight line. Okay, if I were able to swim in a straight line from Vancouver, of course I'd end up in Russia, that does make sense. What about Mexico City? Oh, I'm gonna hit Hawaii, I guess. You know what? I'm going to Buenos Aires so that I can swim to Australia. I think that might be cheaper. And sometimes more convenient depending on the airline you're choosing to get down there. A cool guide for distribution of mammals on Earth. Let's see here. Wild mammals, 4% of global mammal biomass. Humans, 34%. Cattle, 35%. Pigs, that's a lot more than I would have guessed. Buffalo, 5%. Good God. It's actually insane to see them there. Sheep, goats, horses, camels, and then asses. I think it's just so mean that we still call them asses. They didn't do anything to deserve that. A cool guide to the names of things you probably didn't know. The names of things you probably didn't know. The space between your eyebrows is called a glabella. The way it smells after it rains is called petrichor or petrichor, although I don't think it's chore. The plastic or metallic coating at the end of your shoelaces is called an aglet. When your stomach rumbles, that's a wamble. Or a wamble? I don't know, I think wamble's funnier. The cry of a newborn baby is called... I'm sorry, why does that need a name? The cry of a newborn baby is the cry of a newborn goddamn baby. What? The prongs of a fork are called tines. The sheen of light that you see when you close your eyes and press your hands on them is called phosphenes. Also, don't do that. The tiny plastic thing placed in the middle of a pizza box is called a box tent. I haven't seen one of those in like 13 years used in a pizza box. The na 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 and la la la, which don't really have any meaning in the lyrics of any song, are called vocables. When you combine a question mark with an exclamation mark, it's referred to as an interrobang. That one is true, I'm pretty certain of that one. It's one of the funnier sounding words here. The space between your nostrils is called the columnella nasi. The armhole in the clothes where the sleeves are sewn is called armscye or armskia. Finding it difficult to get out of bed in the morning is called dysania or dysania. No, I call that being sleepy. Why? Illegible handwriting is called griffonage. Okay. The dot over the I or a J is called a tittle. A tittle. That sick feeling you get after eating or drinking too much is called crapulence. I don't believe that one for a microsecond. The metal thing used to measure your feet at the shoe store is called Bannock device. Okay. I mean, some of those are interesting. One of them I genuinely don't believe at all. Like the baby crying one I do believe, but I don't know why we needed a special word for that. And again, I'm not a doctor who delivers babies, so maybe there's an actual legitimately good reason for it. A cool guide of how long to take a nap. Yes, I see. That's cool. Don't give a shit. I'm napping for 3 hours. Don't tell me how to nap. Oh, what in the hell am I looking at here? Stomach. If the stomach needs to be removed, surgeons can connect the esophagus directly to the small intestine so that food can still pass through the digestive tract. How does that work if it doesn't, like, get broken down beforehand, though? I mean, I know that you chew it. Obviously, you're not just shoving a whole hot dog down your esophagus, but the role the spleen plays in storing and recycling red and white blood cells can be managed by the liver and other organs. The colon, which is also called the large intestine, can be removed from the digestive tract in the same way as the stomach. The gallbladder stores extra amounts of substance called bile, which helps to break down fats. However, your liver can still produce enough bile even if the gallbladder is taken out. The appendix is a small worm-shaped organ that's attached to the large intestine. It is thought to store useful bacteria. However, most people who have had their appendix taken out don't notice a difference. Although humans need reproductive organs to have children and to produce certain hormones, special body chemicals, they're not essential to survival. Many people may remove these organs for many reasons, including to combat certain types of cancer or to treat other medical conditions. Most humans have 2 lungs and 2 kidneys, but in both cases, it is possible to survive using just one. A cool guide for police encounters. Oh boy. When stopped by police, remember these lines. Officer, am I free to go? Officer, I don't consent to any searches. Officer, I want to speak with a lawyer. Always be polite yet assertive. Never escalate a situation. Search warrants. If the police knock at your door, step outside and close that door behind you to talk. Don't leave the door open. If they enter your home to search, say, I do not consent to a search. Never let a police officer into your home without a search warrant. If they have one, check the address, date, and the judge's signature. Remember those 2 lawyers that went viral a long time ago. Their best advice for dealing with the police is shut the f*** up. Shut up. Don't talk to them. I mean, there might be very specific things you can say, like things like this, maybe, but the best course of action is shut up, only talk to your lawyer, or a lawyer. You never know. A cool guide on pricing psychology hacks to boost sales. Oh goody, here we go. Big font equals big price. Our brains confuse the visual size of a number for numeric size, hence display prices using small fonts. Dollar signs can trigger our pain of paying. Leaving dollar signs off of signage can persuade more people to buy it as it reduces association with losing money. Exact numbers appear larger. $1,302,859.53 seems much bigger than 1.3 million. If you want a number to feel big, stretch it out with commas and decimals. Abbreviated numbers appear smaller. $12,000 or 12K seems smaller than $12,000. If you want a number to feel small, like the price of your services and products, abbreviate it. So it's just the opposite of exact numbers appearing larger. Okay. High prices anchor our expectations. List higher priced items first to encourage people to spend more. Higher priced items near the top changes our perception of other items on the list, okay? Numbers in red feel like a bargain. Studies show that when prices are shown in red, we assume they're a great deal. Show sales prices in red, use smaller fonts for sale prices than the original. Numbers that end in 99 seem cheaper. Oh yeah, that is the classic. I know that over in the United States, I think most states have sales tax. Most cities have a sales tax, and it confuses people when they come over here, like $1.99, but you ended up paying like $2.12. What? That doesn't make any sense, you know? The $1.99, that it's everywhere. It's everywhere. I think I've been to one place that just tells you what you will pay. Odd numbers seem like a better deal than even ones. In our minds, numbers that end in 5, 7, or 9 appear smaller than ones that end in even numbers. We think 1,200, not 1,300. That is absolutely not what I think. I see $1,299. That's pretty much $1,300. I don't think 1,200. I don't know anybody that does. Round numbers equals more expensive. When brands don't use charm pricing or odd number ends, we perceive those products to be more expensive. This works well for luxury brands. Use round to sell luxury. I guess specific numbers anchor our expectations. If we see $70 and up, $70 becomes the anchor price. Snickers grew sales by 38% simply by changing the anchor from them to 18. Buy them for your freezer. Buy 18 for your freezer. Well, those aren't Snickers. Also, what? Okay, are there any sources for this one though? I don't know about that. Okay, over here where I'm from, I've never seen Snickers ever sold as buy them for your freezer. Do they say that on the wrapper? Am I an idiot? Also, buy 18 Snickers for your freezer? We'll buy more to get something for $0. Between buy one, get one free, or 50% off when you buy two, the BOGO offer is more compelling. Free often beats discounted. Yeah, comparison numbers help us decide. We seek comparisons to evaluate a product without another item to use as a comparison. We don't know. Can you put periods in some of these, please? Jesus. We won't know if we're getting a good price. If you're Uber, this versus this, not this versus this. Okay, I guess. But yeah. Everybody should know the basics of pricing psychology, I guess you could call it. I mean, yeah, they do call it that, but whatever. There might be a dumb, stupid word for it, like the cry of a newborn baby, right? Everybody should be aware of these things because this is all designed to just take more of your money. More! And convince you to buy, which is not inherently a bad thing, I guess, but just be aware, do your research, don't let them take you for a ride. If you're bit by a snake, remain calm and slowly move away. Don't use a tourniquet or apply ice. Remove any jewelry or tight clothes as you may start to swell. Don't cut the wound or try to suck out the venom. Reposition yourself so the bite is at or below heart level. Do not drink any caffeine or alcohol. Clean the wound, but not with water, and cover it with a clean, dry cloth. Do not try to capture the snake. Try to remember the snake's color or shape, not with water. Do I just pour my Gatorade on it? A cool guide to enlightenment. You know, I don't know if I need any enlightenment, you know what I'm saying? Our default identity is to see our body as self and our surroundings as no self. The sense of self is usually located in our head or throughout the body. We have the ability to extend our sense of self, though. We do so regularly, often unknowingly, with objects that belong to us. Sometimes we extend our identity to other people. We see them as part of us and would defend them like our own body. We can extend our identity to large groups of people too, or nature. Altered states of consciousness can feel like we are one with everything. All becomes self. This experience is called unity. Seeing everything as no self can occur as well. The absence of self can feel like we're dying and induce fear. With deeper realization, we see that actually self and no self are not different. They are both made of the same stuff, awareness. From this can arise an experience that goes beyond unity or no self. Identity itself disappears. All becomes just one seamless occurrence. No self, no other. We call this suchness or emptiness. When permanent, it's called awakening, realization, or enlightenment. I don't know why some of that made me feel like this was negative. I don't know why. My reading comprehension is that of an 8th grader, but you know. A cool guide to the most popular video game console in each state. All right, let's see who's winning. Okay. This is making some sense. I'm actually kind of surprised by how many Xbox Series X states there are, considering how poorly it has sold in general. Although I guess to be fair, Wyoming and Montana have like 4 people each. Not only get me started on North and South Dakota. Some least populous states for sure. Yeah, the Switch makes total sense to me. For the most part, and then PS5 dominating the rest, although the PS4 is actually kind of funny. Right there, baby. Oh boy, it's not going anywhere. A cool guide about whistling with your fingers. I'm not even going to read it because I have read this guide. It doesn't give you the magical ability to do this. I still can't do it, and I have followed it to the letter. So, just not for me, I guess. If you want to try and it works for you, hell yeah, dude.
Hey, you. Are you paying hundreds of dollars for psychology? you idiot. You should just look at an image on the internet instead. Look, it has a furry, fluffy animal. You like those things. I cannot control, so I can let go of these things. Okay, Elsa, Jesus. If others follow the rules of social distancing, the actions of others. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Predicting what will happen, other people's motives, how others react, how long this will last, the amount of toilet paper at the store. Oh, this... Okay, maybe this image is a bit past tense in terms of its use. But hey, the idea's there. It's still got a good message. What I can control, so I will focus on these things. My positive attitude. Turning off the news. Finding fun things to do at home. How I follow CDC recommendations. Limiting my social media. My own social distancing. And my kindness and grace. Oh, look, there's another suggestion there. Watching all the EmKay videos. Wow, oh, yeah, you can control doing that, so you should focus on that. A cool guide to what Americans call soft drinks. Never before in my graph reading lifetime have I ever come across such a acid trip of a reference diagram of sorts towards the data that soda, Coke, and pop. Like, damn, that is tripping me out. What's most concerning to me here is how there are some areas that have a majority stating it as other. Not soda, not pop, not Coke, not even no data, just something else. These black spots have some other ideology that it seems to have been blacklisted from the subjects. This is some sort of conspiracy, Schmidt. I need to know, what do these people call it when it's other? Free software alternatives. Don't use Cinema 4D or 3ds Max. Use Blender. Adobe XD? No, use Figma. Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, After Effects, Neutron, Illustrator, Inkscape, and Photoshop. Oh, it's the mask your mum wears, that's right. Now let me tell you, as someone who's been as frugal as possible regarding editing programs over the years, I use Adobe. I'm sorry, I shilled out to them. They're so much easier to use. I'm sorry, people who are actually smarter with their money. It's just, I don't like how GIMP looks, even when your mum wears it. A cool guide on how to draw water crown splash. What the hell is that? Oh, it's the thing you poop do. No, I don't actually like this. See, this just proves that I am capable of doing this as well. This talented display of artwork if I just apply myself. Who do you think you are? Proving to us that 90% of talent is just consistent work. A cool guide of major sports surfaces. Wow, I'll be honest, I was afraid I wouldn't know half of these, but I feel like I do. From biggest to smallest, I'm assuming we got the soccer, and then football, American football, and then baseball, hockey, basketball. Oh man, I was so scared. A cool guide showing the US states with the most neighboring states. Hawaii and Alaska are loner losers because no one likes them or wants to hang out with them because they stinky and smelly. I find it weird that Missouri and Tennessee are in the red though. Like, are they overpopulated or something? It's like it's implying that having too many neighbors is a bad thing. A cool guide on 8 different grades of steel wool. We got, oh, fine. We got, ooh, very fine. We got, ooh, extra fine. And we got, ooh, super fine. And then medium, coarse, and toxic 12-year-olds online.
And here's how you use them!
For the ooh, clean windows and glass without liquid cleaners. For the ooh, that's for removing wax or polish from furniture with soap and water. Clean the bottom of electric irons as well. For the ooh, you can clean a golf club, metal wheels, screens, and metal lawn furniture. Remove minor burns from suede and leather. Wait, remove burns? Okay, I swear I'm not a pyromaniac, but I kind of want to set something on fire just to test this out. Oh, for cleaning porcelain, tile, and grout. Clean shower doors using scouring powder. Hey, you're writing this down, aren't you? Yeah, good. Because, you know, that's what you come here for, to be taught how to clean things. Yeah, you're not just going to forget about this the moment the next meme comes by. Anyway, moving on. Use medium steel wool for cleaning linoleum floors. What the hell are those? Bowling balls and soles of shoes. Ah, yes, my bowling balls that I keep all around the house. Use medium coarse for removing old wax and scuff marks from floors, as well as cleaning glass block. Okay, I know I was joking earlier, but if you're a tenant, damn, yeah, some of these actually might be very important. Grab grab coarse steel wool for cleaning rough metal or stone surfaces. And finally, use a 12-year-old on Call of Duty if you want to remove the most stubborn paint, rust, dirt, or varnish. Strip paint and coatings from exterior woodwork. Note, avoid using that steel wool if you're prone to being insulted easily. Anyway, sticking to the topic of cleaning things and exposing the fact that you are actually not as good at cleaning as you'd like to think you are, how often to wash your clothes. Socks and stockings, underwear, swimwear, gymwear, white clothes, silk clothes, and formal dresses should be done after everywhere. I'm sorry, lads, but the sniff test, nope. We've got to accept it. After 1 to 2 wears, you should do polo shirts and blouses, tops, and leggings. After 3 to 4 wears, dresses, bras, sweaters, shorts, PJs, skirts, and pants. 5 to 6 wears should be your denim jeans or your sweatshirts. Side note, has anyone else been told the idea that, oh, you can just clean denim jeans by putting them in the freezer? Because I'd get told this by people at clothing stores all the time. It's not true. It doesn't work. It just makes people who visit your house think you eat clothes. Now, in regards to things that you clean as frequently as you seem to clean your bed sheets, you should clean your jackets and coats and hats, scarves, and gloves. Now, if this is a bit too complicated to follow, don't worry, there's a very simplified version. If you sweated in it, wash it. It stinks. A cool guide to fabric care symbols. Okay, I definitely need to learn this one. The amount of times I bought something I really liked only to make it be destroyed by my own lack of knowledge of how to take care of it. So the cup of water means machine wash, the dots define how hot and cold it should be. The lines underneath define the cycle you should put it through. I guess the more lines, the more delicate and gentle you should be with it. Then we got the symbol of do not wash, and don't buy this one, you're definitely not going to bother hand washing it, let's be real. Triangle means you must bleach it, and the little triangles all within it mean only non-chlorine bleach. Again, sounds complicated, aka just avoid this type of product. Square with a round hole means tumble dry. Again, use the dots to define how much heat you should utilize. Lines define the intensity of the cycle, and normal square means dry, where I'll be honest, all these little lines I can't really find a way to follow with them. I guess one's a clothesline, one's like dripping water, one's just like flat on the ground, the other is utilizing some sort of shade. Okay, never mind, I did find a way to define them. Then, of course, there's iron and dry clean, which, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory for there. A cool guide on wind effects in architecture. A way to utilize natural ventilation through the power of
Fluffy green stuff.
That's right, by appealing to the Knights of Ni and getting some dense shrubbery or a wall, you can naturally create some cool wind within your household.
Look at that, it's like a river you've just changed the course of.
What's that you say? You actually live in an apartment? Well, you could cry. Here's another educational way to utilize wind catchers instead of using an aircon. Something hopefully a lot of newer houses utilize in the future, but let's be real with how hot things will get. I doubt this natural airflow is going to make much of a difference. You got other examples like this airflow patterns according to the openings. And yeah, cool, it's great to see how it works, but I don't know a household that's going to utilize having tiny holes at the bottom of their house and rooms. I mean, kind of cute if you have a cat door or something like that, but that's just inviting pests. Problems to watch for in children ages 6 to 8. Okay, kids, tag yourself. Excessive spacing, crowding, open bite, overbite, which is a deep bite, cross bite, which is front teeth, cross bite, which is back teeth, underbite, overjet, that actually sounds pretty cool, and borderline horror, abnormal eruption. Why call it eruption? That sounds so violent. How temperature, butter, and sugar affect your brownies. Some great advice for people out there who really like making their brownies, especially the ones that really chill you out. Personally, I gotta say, that glass pan one sounds best. Crispy edges? Yes please. 20 ways to tie your shoes. Diamond, sawtooth, ladder, summoning Satan, checkerboard, double back, spiral, flip-flopper, side slasher. For high arches, for wide feet, for narrow feet, for flat feet. If you have a wide forefoot, for narrow heel and wide forefoot. If your shoe feels too tight. If your shoes are too tight on top, for heel slippage, army lacing, lock lacing. Part of me is amazed by how many different variations you can do, but also it shouldn't be surprising. Of course there's going to be different variations to do depending on your feet. I'm stuck in a limbo between, oh wow, that's so fascinating, and also, well duh, highest grossing music tours of all time as of 2023.
Wow, look at all that money.
Honestly, props to Coldplay for getting on the list twice, and the Rolling Stones for only doing like half of what all these other people are doing and still making it on the list. But what is interesting to me is, okay, we got Taylor Swift obviously at the top right now. Her current grosser is 300 million, projection is 1.4 billion, but she's only done 106 shows? This really gives valid reason for people to believe that Taylor Swift could literally just have an entire cult following march and take over the White House. Forget January 6th insurrection. That was nothing. Wait for Taylor Swift. A definition and guide of the generations. This is great. I've always been so curious what was before the baby boomers. And honestly, it sounds really dark and depressing. What are these names? The missionary generation, the lost generation, the greatest generation. Well, they're the ones who also went through all these terrible events, which seemed to shut them all up because they became the silent generation, and then the baby boomers, who seemingly grew up around the most war as well, actually. Gen X, a forgotten generation? You know what? I can kind of see that. No one really makes fun of them. The fellow millennials, the Gen Z, then becomes Gen Alpha, Gen Beta, Gen Gamma, and Gen Delta. Assuming the nomenclature sticks. Also, based on this graph, I have to say that Gen Z, you must be the most sanitized generation, because look at all these outbreaks while you're growing up. It's okay, officer. My client is Gen Z, and therefore innocent. Their hands are clean. How to draw fantasy forests, utilizing some example trees here. First, define the forest shape. Pro tip, be inspired by the puddle of pee your dog left on the living room floor. Then add some tree outlines. Pro tip, be inspired by the bacteria and mold growing due to not taking care of the puddle of pee left in the living room. Step 3, draw tree tops and outliers. Pro tip, be inspired by attempting to boil the liquid pee on the living room floor. Why are you boiling the liquid pee? Stop it. Step 4, color and shade. Kill fragrance concentration guide. Parfum is powerful and concentrated. Lasts 6 to 8 hours, approximate scent duration. De parfum is merely intense, going by less concentration and only lasts 4 to 5 hours. De toilette. This is refreshing and balanced, usually the more common types of perfume outside of Paris. 3 to 4 hours this one lasts. De colonoscopie is refreshing, uplifting, lasts 2 to 3 hours. And lastly, this is stimulating, bracing. Lasts less than 2 hours. Inequality, an unequal access to opportunities. Equality, evenly distributed tools and assistance. Equity, custom tools that identify and address inequality. Basically, the thing we could utilize more if people didn't treat equality like a dich measuring contest. And finally, the dream, justice, fixing the system to offer equal access to both tools and opportunities. But obviously, it takes a lot of labor and effort to figure out how to properly fix the shaping of the tree, which is why people are more inclined just to throw one of their spare ladders at the person suffering and be like, there you go, you got an equal chance now. Well, it's not my fault you can't reach for the apples, I gave you the ladder. Yeah, don't blame the tree for your own failings, you've got the same tools as everyone else. A cool guide of types of bro. There's a real catch-22 to being a guy who knows these things. On one hand, it's great to have knowledge as to the different bras, as if your partner ever needs a certain one, but also I don't know any guy who would know about these things and it wouldn't come across as a bit creepy. What 200 calories looks like in different foods. Just, wow, that is a lot of celery. I think this is also a great comparison to being someone who just likes to snack versus someone who just is trying to get as much calories as they can. Maybe they're trying to bulk up, so to speak. So a snacker like me, I am definitely going to eat a lot more apples and baby carrots, maybe even some Fruit Loop cereal. Ooh. But if you're someone who's trying to build up some more energy and size, then yeah, just drink down a whole bottle of Bailey's Irish cream. That's, yep, this is what this is recommending. You should do that.